All right, welcome to Tarot in White Gloves, where we get into the cloud to see what we see. This is your you versus them for Cancer. We're going to go ahead and get into feelings, thoughts, wants, actions, but we're going to read overall energy first. Remember, I do read for soul tribe, soulmate, soul twin, and I stay focused on current energy and as it flows over the next 30 days. You're in charge of the ship. This is just a snapshot. This will help you to get some guidance on whether you want to continue a course, change direction, slow down, or stop, or turn around altogether. So let's go ahead and dive into it. While I was meditating, I was hearing snack, or not snack, well, now we have snack coming out. Snap, crackle, pop. Snap, crackle, pop. And maybe there's something around a snack. I was also hearing funny phrases like "don't get watered down," "where's the Ouija board?" I don't know what those were coming out, maybe for specific people. Or we'll see as we dive in. So we're going to go ahead and look at our Cancer. So this is the perspective that Cancer is gaining in the connection. This is the perspective that our Cancer person is gaining. We do have unity on the Cancer's side of the energy. So the overall lessons that Cancer is going to be learning over the course of the 30 days, the purpose of this connection, the purpose that Spirit has brought this in for you. A lot of these lessons are teaching you around unity, how to work as a team, coming together. This is a strong reminder to not have friction or come toward a relationship with a competition mindset or a conflict mindset. There's a sense of valuing others, knowing your worth, not accepting less than you are worth, your equal footing in a partnership, to come in without biases and to try to come to a fair outcome. Is also a reminder to strive for reciprocity, right? That there's a solution that benefits all parties, and a reminder of connecting through differences. So there may be a lot of that going on within your connection, and this is a perspective that Cancer is going to be gaining, all about unity. This also reminds me of our world energy around completions and the number 3, which is a strong number around unity. 3 is our strong spiritual soul twin and soulmate number that often shows up when unions, reunions are occurring, or when you're in a connection with a strong soul tie like that. There's always a strong lesson that you're learning to help you become a stronger unit within and within connection. So as we dive and look at our lessons here, what is it that the universe or God or source, great spirit, however you want to refer to the higher power, what is the purpose of the connection? What lessons are being purposed here, learned here on this soul level? So the energy secrets flew out in the pre-shuffle, disguises. So there's something around one of you is keeping secrets or keeping your emotions quiet, not showing up fully for the way that you are, maybe disguising yourself, hiding your emotions, or hiding something deeper than that. And we'll get into that a little bit more. What I drew in the pre-shuffle for the reoccurring themes, and also the themes that are going to be playing out over the next 30 days, is breaking point. So this energy feels a lot like a bit of a tower moment, but also is this when something, like in the meditation I was getting snap, crackle, pop. That's what this feels like. This feels like something's going to snap, crackle, and pop. And then maybe you need to eat some snacks to calm down. I don't know. But basically, this feels a lot like overwhelm and stress. Something's snapping, cracking, popping. And maybe it's around the secrets. Maybe it's around because someone feels like someone is not fully telling them everything. So from the bread of life, encouragement, advice, and also the energy connected to this reading is everyone who is Acts 2:21. So Acts 2:21, firstly, this is a numerological number of 5. And so this is just confirmation about the breaking point and what I was feeling with the unity energy as well, which is a 5 is about those conflicts, the things you need to overcome. it's like tensions, tenuous. And it's like, and I see that tetherball going back and forth, and someone's hitting it, and then someone else is hitting it on this side, and someone else is hitting it on this side. And so Acts 2:21, everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. So this is a reminder that Source has got your back. Source is there. The Great Spirit is there. God is there. When you feel overwhelmed, when you feel like you can't do more, when you feel like you're just fighting back and forth, or there's conflicts, tensions, or there's secrets on one side or both, and this is interfering with your connection, there's a reminder to go within, and that Source is always supporting you, and is not even just a phone call away. It's just a microsecond away of being able to turn to Source. So there's a reminder of that, to calling on Source when you need that, whatever that means for you. Meditation, prayer, maybe some of you for yoga, some of you a nature walk, for some of you it might be opening a sacred scripture, whatever that means for you, to remember your connection to Source. So we're going to go ahead and dive in a little bit further. We're going to get our energy for who your person is, or who Cancer is, depending on who's watching. All right, this energy wants to come out. We do get our Four of Wands, which is a beautiful energy to see. We're going to go ahead and dive into this. Right, the Eight of Pentacles wants to come out. So what I'm getting for Cancer, so who is Cancer? How are they showing up over the course of the next 30 days? So remember, this is current energy, and as the current energy is flowing over the next 30 days. So the Rabbit energy, and then we get a Four of Wands, and we get our Eight of Pentacles. If you watch my channel, you know I love Egyptian cards, glyphs, animals, Hebrew letters, sometimes get into the Celtic, which I'll be doing also today. So the Rabbit energy, I mean, firstly, this feels a little shy, timid, quiet, like you're not in a really loud place. You might be feeling like you're keeping to yourself, but you've got your good listening ears on. You know, the Rabbit has those really long listening ears. So you might be also feeling like you can listen to your person or help solve problems. This feels also very active and also sexual. You know, those rabbits are really fast. They're always together. So you might even be feeling a lot more sensual over the course of this week and the next 30 days, and feeling maybe very fast as well. Like you're able to run here and there and get things done. And so there's an energy that wants to come out around that. But the rabbit's also a fearful animal. You know, they're always worried that something is going to hurt them, that the eagle's going to come down and get them. And so this is also an energy that feels fearful. And it's a reminder that you don't need to be afraid. It's also an overwhelmed energy. So this, I also get an overwhelm here. So this side of the energy feels like it's going in overwhelm. From the Rabbit, and also from the central theme over the course of the next 30 days. So this animal is also, though, very sensitive. And so just keep that in mind, cross-watcher, you know, over the next 30 days. We also see the Four of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. So this person, Cancer, is at the core of it, in their center. They're trying to heal something. They're trying to meditate. They're trying to pray. They're trying to reconnect to Source, which is beautiful. That was the advice from our Bread of Life. But this is also, it can also be a little bit isolating. It can be between these two energies of feeling overwhelmed, maybe taking a lot of time to yourself. Your person might not feel like you're very engaged in the connection. We do get an Eight of Coins. So this is hardworking, your mind on your money, money on your mind kind of energy. But this is also feeling like you're good enough kind of energy too. Or maybe you're trying, you know, or the encouragement is to remember that you are good enough. This falls out in our love connection sector. So there's a reminder of knowing that you are good enough in love. You're good enough for this person. is what's wanting to come out. So let's go ahead and dive into your person, Cancer, who you're connecting to. The overall lessons your person is learning, their perspective that they're gaining because of the lessons that they're learning over here. So I do see revision, and this energy is all around. You might have had a certain vision for this connection of who your person is, what you want this to be, or even a certain deadline. And this is like, okay, I'm going to have to revise something. I'm going to have to look at something, and be a little flexible here. So this is the first thing that's coming through. Additionally, though, this energy is a strong reminder of looking at the past, traumas from your past, sometimes from childhood, but it can also be from this connection or another significant connection. A lot of times, even though your mind might not want to remember or doesn't go back to things that it doesn't want to think about, your body remembers, right? And so this is an encouragement around looking at your past, looking at the wounds from your past or with this person, and really paying attention to those, maybe writing them down, journaling, because when you journal, you use a different side of the brain than when you're talking. And so it's really important to write it down. It's like a self-therapy for yourself. The things that are bothering you, the things that are hurting you or have hurt you or wounded you, and helping you to recognize, to break those cycles within you. Because when we have trauma, or when something traumatic happens, or a wound or a hurt happens in a connection, oftentimes we don't then act out of love, or we don't act logically, right? Because wounds aren't logical, and we always go round and round our trauma, round and round our wound, our hurt. And even though we might love someone or someone might love us, then we don't show up as loving. And this is what also the reminder for this person too. There's a sense of needing to remember about unity, working together with your person, finding that harmony, looking at the differences and seeing how you can come together. This is the lesson, the perspective that the Cancer is gaining over the next 30 days, while your cross watcher, or you if you're watching, is really remembering their past with you and their past in general, and how to heal wounds that are there. So sometimes you can still your mind, relax, close your eyes, and just remember the timeless healing energy of Mother Earth. There is one love, one breath, one dream flowing through everything and all of us, and reconnecting to Source again. The reminder of everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. So there's a reminder of turning to God, Source, Universe, Great Spirit. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into who Cancer is. Who is Cancer? I mean, sorry, not Cancer. Cancer's person. Who is Cancer's person? Who is Cancer's person in the current energy? And then as it flows over the next 30 days, who is Cancer's person? Most useful, beneficial for love, healing, light, wisdom, information. All right, we do get our, we get our Six of Cups. So we were just talking about this. This is a reminder of looking at your past. There is a past cycle that you keep repeating because of the unhealed energy within you. This can also be because of your person, Cancer. Take it as it resonates for you, but I feel like for most of you it's coming from your side. But this is another strong reminder of saying, look at those limiting cycles, your limiting beliefs, the things that are holding you back, that you don't want, you want more, but you keep repeating the limiting cycle. And that's because of wounds, fear, trauma. So there's an encouragement of looking at that. All right, we're going to go ahead and dive a little bit deeper into who your person is, Cancer. So we also get our Two of Coins. So your person's juggling a lot. There's a lot on their plate, a lot they're doing in work, in life, and this is also in our love sector. So it's like they're trying to balance everything so they can do love, so they can do connection, and they feel like they've got so much on their plate but they're doing it, they're balancing it. And so, you know, give credit where credit is due, because I feel like saying they've got it going on. It's like a lot of people wouldn't be able to handle everything they're handling. We also get coins on both sides of your love sector. So I feel like both of you are more focused on making money, where's the money, paying the bills, and it might be getting in the way of love itself. So the other energy that we have coming out for our cross-watcher or Cancer's person is our oyster. And this oyster energy is this secrets. This is what this feels like, is the secrets. Because the oyster is the energy that hides things. It clams up. Sometimes it can be closed. It's not revealing everything. I feel like for a lot of you, you're hiding something in work or some hidden project or something that's going on that you don't want to talk about until it's fully manifested, it's fully made its way into reality, and you feel successful about it. Then you'll share it with your person. For others of you, though, this has to do with your emotions or some sort of secret life that wants to come out. But for a lot of you, this feels like your emotions you're keeping secret. You're cultivating and growing your emotions within. You're trying to heal something. You're revising who you are, what this connection can be, what you once believed. You're trying to revise, redo, to have a different kind of version of you, of the connection. But you're not sharing right now. You might be keeping all this secret. It's like you're trying to grow on your own. But this is a reminder when this shows up to go ahead and share whatever you're hiding, whatever those secrets are, because this is probably hindering your connection, which is why it's coming up. And maybe this is part of why this person over here is feeling worried about everything, and like maybe they don't know everything that's going on in the connection, or they can feel that you're hiding something. So we're going to go ahead and dive deeper into these energies, and let's see what we get for our Cancer's feelings. We're going to dive into feelings, thought space, wants, and actions. And let's go ahead and see for feelings. What is Cancer feeling over the next, well, in the current energy and as it flows over the 30 days? What is most useful, beneficial information? So 7 of Arrows. Yeah, a lot of insecurity. And this came out in the same grouping, the same column. So the 7 of Arrows is a very restricted, trapped, fearful, overwhelmed. It's the same energy as the rabbit. It's looking up, worried about everything, like the sky is falling. That's the energy that's coming up. So in their feeling sector, I feel a lot of fear, a lot of worry, anxiety, worried about everything, it feels like, because this is in your overall life energy right here. And there's a lot going on in life, the wars we hear about, everything on the news. My advice would be watch the stuff in, small bits, and then tend to yourself, and really focus on the life around you, the world around you, that you can see with your own eyes, touch with your own hands. What difference can you make with that around you? Because you have no control over the things on TV or on the radio or in the newspaper. And if all these things are getting to you, it feels like this is in your overall life sector playing a part within the connection. Really just refocus on what you have control over, which is in your environment. The people nearby, the businesses nearby, your friends, your family. What good differences can you make? Can you impact on? That gives you back your control. That's what you have control over, right? It's within your own vicinity. So there's something that wants to come out around that. In terms of the relationship, I feel like all of this negative energy around us in life can be affecting our relationships too. So there's that needs to be said. But in terms of the overall relationship as well, this is a lot of fear energy coming up. This is a lot of worry, a lot of restriction, a lot of maybe feeling like I don't know how to do this, or can I do this with you? This could feel like I feel like this person's hiding secrets or hiding something from me or not being fully forthright, and this is making me fear or feel like maybe this person isn't really loving me, or stepping out. Let's see what else we get. Why so much of this overwhelm energy? Because we get it here too. Okay, so I do see the World and the 10 of Vessels. So we do have a lot of beautiful energy showing up as well in the feeling space. So this energy feels like coming full circle. This is a strong unity energy again. This energy is coming full circle, growing like the trees of spring and fresh and new, but also having the wisdom of winter and everything that has set in. You know, you're at peace like you are in the summer and the autumn. It's like you've learned all your lessons. And this is a strong world energy, which is what this is too, a strong world energy. So this is coming out twice. And so what this is telling me is that you are learning all your lessons to be able to feel more aligned within, but also more unity without, like having a sense of, how do I make this work with someone when there's so many differences, when there's so much going on, when there's so much money stress? And this is a sense of, over the course of the 30 days, you are going to have a really good sense of how to work as a team and utilize all those lessons and skills that you've gained for the betterment of the connection and for the world, so that you can show up as the best you, right? This is a beautiful energy. This is like graduating college and it's like, okay, we're ready to go. We know everything that we need to know now. We've learned so much here. But there's that fear energy at first, you know, showing up. So let's see what else we get. And then we get our 10 of Vessels. This is so funny because this energy here is a bit similar to the first row of energy. So the 10 of Vessels is that happiness. You know, you have such a good feeling with your person. It's like there is so much happiness that is there or could be there. It's like, you know, it's right there with this person. There's so much water falling down that's filling your cup. And this energy just feels very much like I love this person. And we can be so happy together. That's the energy that's showing up. So it's like you're ending on a really good note here, and this is in your connection sector line. And in your work, it's like, you know, you're balancing things, you're being steady, and you're utilizing everything you know, possibly even from work, lessons that you've learned of how to work as a team in work even, and trying to apply that here to the relationship. So let's go ahead and dive in a little deeper. I do want to know a little bit more about this fear energy though, because it showed up twice. So I'm going to go ahead and draw for, let's get, all right, we're going to go ahead and get a clarifying energy. Just notice that it says courage. Have courage in the fear. Let your courage conquer your fear. All right, so this energy is the fearful rabbit, the 7 of arrows, restriction. Why do we have so much fear showing up? Most useful, beneficial information for our collective cancers. Why is all this fear energy showing up? All right, this flipped out in the future energy, so it feels like you're worried about the future is firstly what I want to say, but we also get, okay, the 10, 11, 12. All right, I want to double check. All right, so this is our hangman. This is my least favorite image in the entire Egyptian deck. But basically what this is saying is the 12 is all about our hangman. And this energy is about letting go and letting God. This energy is about, sometimes it's divine separation. It's a reminder of divine separation. But Because I was asking about your fear, your anxiety, it feels like you are anxious, you are worried, you are stressed about the future, about how you can control everything. Again, that's the message coming through from this, because this energy is all about releasing control. So I feel like for many of you, this is around, again, the message that I was saying earlier. Look at what you can control. Look at what you can't control. Focus on what you can control, because so much is out of your hands, whether it's within this connection, how this person will show up, what they'll do, what's going on in life, what's going to happen in the future. All those things you can't control. You can only focus on right now, what's happening right now. You can only regulate a nervous system right now. You're not in the future, not from the past. You can only take care of yourself right now. You can only soothe your emotions that you're feeling right now. So the encouragement is to focus on what's going on right now. And the encouragement is to focus on what is in your control, which is the people in your environment, the things going on around you. And put a limited amount of time, a little bit amount of thought to those other things. And try to reverse if you're focusing too much on the things that you can't control out of your hands, things on the news, this other person. You need to reverse that. Focus in on what you can control within yourself. So this is an energy around letting go and letting God too. It's around trusting divine spirit, the great spirit, right? Turning to source. So we have that energy again that's wanting to come out as a reminder for Cancer. So we're going to go ahead and dive into, I wanted to use my Celtic cards this week for our water signs. So these are our Druid cards, and those are the Celtic. We'll go ahead and dive into Cancer's person's feelings for wisdom, love, light, healing, guidance, most useful, beneficial information from the current energy. What is Cancer's person feeling about this connection? How is Cancer's person feeling about the connection, about their person? Energy that wants to come up. Energy that wants to come up in the feeling space. We do get our Queen of Swords. You may be connecting to a Aquarius or Libra energy. You may also be connecting to these are strong earth signs, so Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Let's see what else is your person feeling. We get two back to back in there, so I'm gonna do that again. What else is your person feeling that wants to come out? What is your person feeling for the connection for you? The most useful, beneficial information. How is your person feeling? So the Queen of Swords is an energy. Right, another one wants to come out. Oh, okay, we get our full energy. Some of you might be connecting to a Gemini. These are two strong air signs. It doesn't want to come out. Alright, so, oops, put this over here. We get, alright, so, let's move this back there. We do get our Queen of Swords, our full energy, and our Seven of Swords. Again, both of you get the Seven of Swords on the outside rim. The Cancer's is here, and Cancer's person is right there. So the Queen of Swords feels very communicative, tactful, open, but it wants its space. You know, this energy is, I want to do things in my own time. I need my space, but there's a loyalty here. There's a commitment here. It's like, but I'm not stepping out. I'm not with someone else. I'm loyal to you. It's just, I need my space. And this energy is also, what's coming up has to do with communication, maybe ideas around solutions for the connection or problems that you're having, wanting to talk it through. This person wants to talk it through. They may be opening up even about their secrets or their feelings that they've been keeping from you, or something in work that they're not telling you. This also reminds me of a strong mental connection, intellectual connection. They may feel like they have a good connection with you in terms of banter, or connecting with you on a mind level, an intellectual level, like you guys have a lot to talk about, or you're of the same level mentally. But I also get the Fool energy, which is interesting because I got the World energy right at the center of yours, which is similar in some ways. So you guys are mirroring each other, interestingly, in two areas on your feelings. You got the World, Cancer, and your person got the Fool. So this energy is all about that new beginning, that new fresh step. This is having faith like a child, which is really your reminder over here to have faith like a child. This person is more in their faith like a child energy, more, but this energy is also around I'm ready to move on if you're not ready to move forward. That's also what's coming out. Let's talk about it. Let's talk through our issues, our problems. Let's try to get on the same page, but I'm ready to move on if that's what I need to do. And this energy is gaining perspectives on how to revise their life, how to revise themselves, how to show up in a new version of themselves, or in a new version for this connection. This is also new beginning energy, which feels connected to the revision. So this is also, let's have a new beginning here. Let's start fresh here. Let's find those solutions and start fresh. Let's revise ourselves, turn the page to a new page here. For some of you, that new page is someone else, but for others of you, that new page is a new page in the connection. But then we get that Seven of Swords energy coming up, and this energy is all around, that restriction, that fear. And so there's fear related to that new beginning. Like maybe I'm ready to move on if you're not ready to move forward, but I am anxious about it. I am stressed about it. I don't want to. There's also fear around that new beginning within this connection. Like, I want to have something fresh or something new here, getting through, talking through all of our problems. I feel connected to you, and I feel like maybe we can have a new beginning here. For those of you that are in separation, this is like coming back together. But I have stress around it. I have worry about it. I'm not sure, about the future here with you, with the problems that we keep repeating, because we have those unhealthy cycles that we keep repeating, which is our Six of Cups reversed. So let's go ahead and get some energy for the energy showing up for our perspective. This is Cancer's perspective. Remember, this is not necessarily the truth. Like, this is the universe's truth that they're revealing. Sources, lessons, your soul's lessons being revealed is here and here and here. But this is your person's perspective that we are looking at now, or Cancer's perspective. Cancer's perspective on the connection, on their person. All right, we do get our Hooded Man. So this is our Hermit or Father Time energy. This energy is strongly related to Amun out of Egypt, the divine principality Amun, or for some they call it the Egyptian god. But this is an energy, and Amun was that hermit, that Father Time. This is strongly connected to Yod in Hebrew. They'll have a similar energy line, which is around, when you're lost in the dark, turning to source, turning to that inner light, asking for that guidance. But it is also a lonely energy too, right? You're on your own, you're solo. It can be a wounded warrior, wounded wolf type of energy too, licking your wounds. So the perspective is they're perceiving this connection, or you, Crosswatcher, as someone with wounds that is going inward to try to heal those wounds, or that this connection needs to take time to take care of what's broken. You know, we have that healing meditative prayer energy and their overall energy in Cancer. So this feels like Cancer is trying to take the time to heal their anxiety or their stress or their worry or whatever they're worried about, with the secrets that maybe that you're keeping from them, the unhealthy cycles that are showing up from your own wounds over here from the cross watcher. And they're perceiving that we need to take care of that. We need to heal it. And maybe we're not spending as much time together. Maybe you're not spending as much time with me. But I see that we're trying to heal something here. What else do we have in perspectives? Perspectives for Cancer. Cancer's perspectives of the connection of their person. All right, we do get our Ace of Bows and our Three of Arrows. Okay, so this energy feels a lot like let's put this here. This energy feels like they perceive you, crosswatcher, this connection, as a new step, a new motivation, opening a door for a new beginning, like with that Fool energy. This is a very strong light, the lightest energy in the deck, our Ace of Bows, our Ace of Fire. This energy is all around, or Ace of Wands in some decks. This energy is about how you're able to have any potential, any possibility open up. So it's like they perceive this connection as having so much potential. Maybe even you, crosswatcher, as having so much potential. There's so much possibility here. This is your spark of life, right? It's like that spark of life comes right straight back to you. And this is a very heavenly spiritual energy as well. Again, there's a spiritual connection here. This feels like a soul tribe connection so far to me. But we'll see when all the cards are out. The Three of Arrows. The Three of Arrows is very painful. You know, it's very hurtful. And this is also a reminder when this comes up of those false beliefs that we tell ourselves about ourselves or about love. And so this is in this person's perspective. So they perceive you, crosswatcher, as maybe stuck in some of your own wounds, and that's why unhealthy cycles, you keep playing out unhealthy cycles with them, and they're not innocent in all of it, because I see a lot of fear on their side too, and restriction. So I feel like you both play it out with each other, but they perceive that pain, that wound, that there's an abandonment wound that's being brought in, that you're carrying in, that they can feel, perceive in you, in the connection, or that this abandonment wound just keeps playing out between us. Some sort of fear between us keeps playing out here. And it's affecting that ability for that potential to become the possibility. And that we need to heal something here. All right, so let's go ahead and get into what do we have for perspectives from Cancer's person. How is Cancer's person perceiving this connection? How is Cancer's person perceiving this connection, or perceiving their person? All right, we do get our Prince of Cups. Beautiful energy in the perception space. How is Cancer's person perceiving this connection, perceiving their person? Want to come up with that. All right, so let's go ahead and see. Well, we get Two of Pentacles again. Okay, so and our Magician. All right, we do have a divine masculine energy showing up on the cross-watcher side. Take gender as it resonates, but it's a divine masculine energy. Oh, and signs. So the signs in this row, we are getting a strong Virgo. Again, we said Gemini already, Aquarius and Libra. So Virgo's also showing up. So what do we get here? Let's take a look at this into our perspective line. So we have Prince of Cups. They perceive you or this connection, where it's like the Cancer, of course, Cancers are strong water sign in their emotions, you know, wanting to show up with their emotions, but maybe being a bit immature. This can be a little bit of emotional immaturity. It's not, you're not immature, but you're not mature. You're not a grown up. There might be some growth here that's needed, but it's like you're trying to show up with that love. Or they might be perceiving you as someone who is easy with words, easy to say I love you, or easy to say I'm sorry, but maybe do you really mean it? Because this doesn't feel like a full, strong, mature emotion to back up what your words are saying. This energy feels though like fresh love, right? They perceive this connection. Again, the Fool energy is something new, something fresh coming up in their feeling space. And so they might be perceiving you as someone who can offer that new, fresh love to them. You know, if we're both willing to do the work kind of thing, if you're willing to do the work, then you have the ability to show up with that fresh love for me. Or they may be showing up for you, trying to offer you like, I'm sorry, I love you. And here, these are my emotions, but it might not feel completely ready. I do see the Magician though. So this perception is saying like, you know what, you can do it though. I think this connection can be successful. I think that you can mature and heal and work through the restriction, you know, and you are trying to heal. This energy is very much coming out into the open and sharing with the other person what it is you're wanting to do or feel as well. Again, this energy though is around words. This is a strong air, Gemini energy again. They may perceive you as someone who is good with words, is what's coming up. This is wordsy, speaking what you want into reality, but it's like, do you have the conviction? Do you have the emotional maturity to back it up? But this energy is a divine masculine, so this is in their perception, so they may be perceiving you as the divine masculine in this connection. And they're like, you know what, you can do it, but let's see if you will. And we also get our Two of Pentacles. So they may perceive you also, Cancer, as having so much on your plate, dealing with so much in life, in work, in money, and then also trying to balance this love. It's like there's this big storm behind you that's brewing, and there's so much going on in your life, but yet you are hanging on. You're doing it. You can do it. We have our Magician right before the Two of Pentacles. So it's like they perceive you as someone who's so capable. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into our wants. What does Cancer want from the current energy and as it moves forward over the course of 30 days? All right, we do get our King of Arrows in reverse. 7 of Vessels in reverse. Interesting. And one more. 7 of Stones in healing. All right, so we get our King of Arrows, Kingfisher reversed. So what does Cancer want? This feels like, again, hidden truths, hidden words that aren't spoken, the truth of you not being fully revealed. This reminds me of this energy that we drew here. Secrets, disguises, those things that are hidden. And it's like your person wants that to be revealed, those secrets to be revealed, the disguises to be taken down. They don't want to hide themselves. They don't want you to hide yourself. They want more honesty here, emotionally, between you. I also see the 7 of Vessels, but this came in the reverse, so this is beautiful. They want a decision. They want that unconditional love. You know, this feels, you know, when it's in the upright, this is like a fantasy. You can't make up your mind. Fear of missing out on things. When it's settled like this is like, let's make a decision and move forward in love. So it's like they want the honesty, they want the disguises, the masks to be dropped, they want decisions to be made, they want to move forward in unconditional love. And then finally, this is about that investment, that healing. Again, we get the 4 of Wands up here around healing, our world energy, our unity energy, lessons, perspectives that are being learned from this side, which is all around that healing so that you can show up in unity. So I see that they're wanting that on their side. So let's go ahead and dive into what does Cancer's person want. What does Cancer's person want? What does Cancer's person want? What does Cancer's person want? I kind of wanted to come out. Oops. All right, we do get our Five of Swords and the Moon. They fell out kind of in the past and reversed. So this is like, you know, when it's in the upright, this is a lot of skepticism, a lot of doubt, a lot of fear, a lot of I'm not able to. It's like your mind is your biggest enemy. Your ego, your self-defensiveness is your biggest enemy. This is a reminder of your pride is your biggest enemy. Those, you know, when we're younger and things happen, when we have wounds, when we have trauma, when we're hurt in our relationships, we build defenses in our ego mind. And it's like all that energy playing out. But this is in the reverse. So this is like saying, you know, I want those things to be settled. I want us to be at peace. I want to be at peace. I want us to have peace. I want my mind to be at ease. I don't want to have to worry about this, about you, about me. And I want things also to come out to the light. I want to be able to see those things that were secret. This is an energy all around those secrets, those disguises. I also want that to come out into the open. I also want us to have an open, honest conversation around who we are, what we're feeling, what we want in this connection. What else is Cancer's person wanting from the current energy? All right, we get our 2 of Wands. So this is reunions for many of you who are in separation. We do get a reunion energy here, and also the Fool energy for those that are in separation is all about reunions as well. So if you're in separation, your person wants to come back together. If you are together, this is like they want alignment with the both of you. They want communication. They want to talk. They want to get on the same page so that they can turn the page with you together to the next chapter. They want to have alignment here with you, peace with you, communication with you that's open and honest. So this energy feels a lot on both ends around a lot about communication, communicating so that the both of you can work through honestly what you need to and what you're feeling and what you're wanting. And this side wants some healing too, for you, for them. Take it as it resonates. Maybe for both of you, it feels like for most of you, both of you need that healing. All right, so before we dive into this, we're going to go ahead and get our strongest energy that will be occurring over the next 30 days in this connection that's most important to pay attention to. The energy that's most important, the most significant event. The most significant event. Oh, 2 wants to come out. All right, so we do get Rush and Het. So, this is strongly connected to Set out of Egypt and Ra out of Egypt as well. So what this energy is about is, this is bringing clarity, bringing things out in the open, you know, having that discussion. This feels like this is the moon reversed, and it's the King of Arrows reversed. That's what this energy is. It's basically a repetition of this energy saying we need to bring things out into the open. We need to shine light. The sun needs to shine light over things so everything can be clear. So there can be more of a sense of order here instead of disorder or snap, crackle, pop, breaking point, overwhelm, stress, anxiety. What are we going to do? We need things to be more clear between us on what's going on. This is the biggest event that will be occurring. And when that occurs, this is a strong energy around movement. Action will take place right after that. So clarity in communication, so that you each know what you're needing, feeling, wanting, and then action will take place around that. Those are directly related and connected. And that will be the most significant event over the next 30 days to help clarify what's going on in this connection for you. So if you are worrying, Cancer, about what's going on with this person, you're going to be finding out within the next 30 days. And Crosswatcher, if you are worried about, you know, this person's healing or their anxiety and stress, their overwhelm, things will be more clear for you. So let's go ahead and dive into actions. What actions will Cancer be taking over the course of the next 30 days through March, most of March, or all of March and a little bit of April. Wow. So we do get our mirror soul, soulmate, soul twin energy here. This action is all around unity. What your person, the Crosswatcher, is wanting. The Crosswatcher is wanting the Two of Wands, reunion. These are similar energies here, which is all about coming together in peace, in love, that strong soulful tie between you. So we do have some strong soulful energy showing up now. What other actions? So it's like, this is also a strong energy around choice. This can be, you know, missing the mark. This can be making the wrong choice, but you can also make the right choice. You can also make the choice toward what your soul is calling you to do, listening to your emotion, your intuition, or following what you know is right. And this is also making a choice. This is making a choice in love. So Cancer wants that choice to be made. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to make a choice in love. And I feel like they're choosing you. That's what this is about. Crosswatcher. All right, what other actions do we have coming out from Cancer? All right, we get our Judgment. Let's see what else comes out. What other actions will be coming through that is most useful to know, beneficial? And Guardian. All right, so I want to double check the guardian energy just to make sure. All right, so this is what this is saying is healing. Cancer is going to, this is a revision, a renewal. This energy is very much similar to this energy. The perspective that you're gaining over here is all about having a new vision, a new page, a new chapter, but knowing that you have to make adjustments within the connection within yourself. And this person is making those adjustments for themselves. They are going to be making a new version for themselves, of themselves, for the connection, and overcome those devil tendencies, those temptations, those addictions, whatever is in the way of the connection, really, or connecting in general. This is, the devil energy always gets in the way. It can also be focused too much on work, workaholism, distractions, whatever those devil energies are for this person, what they need to heal, and it'll vary for each, situation, relationship, connection that, since so many of you are watching, but this is around healing those problems, healing those issues, healing those unhealthy cycles. Very beautiful. The action energy of the Cancer is very much what the perspective is that they are gaining, which is all around unification within and unification with your person. Finding that unity, finding that partnership, coming together in peace through healing the unhealthy cycles or the wounds that are coming up. Very beautiful. All right, we're going to go ahead and dive into our last area for Cancer's person. Cancer's person is actions Cancer's person will take. That doesn't feel intentional. All right, we do get our Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put these here. Let's go ahead and dive in to actions that your person will be taking. Our Ten of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles. This is all about making sure their home is secure. This is very strong wifey energy, like being that wife, preparing to be a wife, taking care of the home, nesting energy, making sure things are good with business, especially if they are bringing in some of the money, making sure that they're saving the money, they're making the money, they're getting everything they need to make a good home for themselves. And this energy is not just about them, it's also about you, Cancer. This is like them keeping you in mind, considering you also, about how you can work as a team, work as a family, be a family, how they can show up in that wifey energy or provide a receptive space for you. If you're showing up, Cancer, as the wife, you may be connecting to a strong Capricorn or Taurus energy. We're getting a lot of earth energy in this reading. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo overall. The moon is also Pisces. And we have our Nine of Cups. So they're going to be going toward their happiness, their wish fulfillment. And I feel for most of you, your person feels like you are their dream come true. You are their wish. You are their happiness, which is what you are feeling up here, Cancer. Like your person is your happiness. I feel like you feel that way about your person and your person feels that way about you. Like this is their dream come true. They want you. So the actions look really positive. I feel like after you guys have this really honest, open conversation between you, um, you're going to be moving in a really good direction. You're going to be turning that page toward working together in harmony, accepting each other's differences and trying to love through them instead of having restrictions around them. Very beautiful toward the end. So we're going to go ahead and dive into our overall angel advice is 888. So this is remembering you don't have to be super emotional or get into your emotions. You just need to make those positive progressions forward. And you're going to be making positive progress forward. So if you have heavy emotions, negative emotions, skepticism, doubt, anxiety, worry, it's like try to not get into all of that. Maybe even try to detach yourself from that if that helps. If you're not able to fully go into the healing process of those. And that takes time, bit by bit, depending on how much there is. But this is like you're going to be making positive progress forward. This is in your karma, the connection between you, working through karma that you've accumulated. Remember, you also have a reminder of occurring for you over the next 30 days. Balance, prosperity, success, wealth cycles, which we were talking about a lot. Cause and effect and gratitude. Abundance is on the way. It extends beyond financial wealth. It's a reminder that true fortune encompasses all aspects of your life. If you don't appreciate those around you today, they may not be there tomorrow. So take responsibility for your actions and use the awareness to unlock your greatest potential. So that is the angel advice that we have for you. Thank you so much for tapping in, and I will see you guys in your next 30 days in April. And remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. I always love hearing from you. I forgot to let you guys know that earlier. And remember that we do our You versus Them on Saturdays, of course, but we also have our collective You versus Them on Wednesdays. So remember to join us for those as well. And like always, have an amazing week and take care and God bless.